Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 76 of Europa Universalis IV as France. Just a quick recap, as this is the first time I've played the game since the weekend. So we're currently in this war with Austria, a war which I started for Metz. Metz is the war goal, which we've already managed to take. However, a lot of other people got involved in the war on Austria's side, including Great Britain, who I had a truce with. So I was using that as an opportunity to try and take as much land from, well, not to try and take as much land from Great Britain as possible, but in order to get into a war with them before the truce ran out. And we're going to attempt to take London from them, because that is an important centre of trade, so I definitely want to try and get London. It's the Thames Estuary and an important centre of trade, and it has a tax base of 14. It's going to be an amazing province if we can grab that. I also want to try and grab Lancashire, mainly because we have a mission to do so. Unfortunately, in order to take anything from England, particularly if I want to take London from them, I need a fair bit of war score. So I'm going to try and fully siege them, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm just chasing down their last few units just to make sure they can't spawn anything else. It would be nice as well if I had the ability or the extra points to be able to go and grab some of Newfoundland for Nouvelle Flandre and French Canada. Might be able to grab some, not sure if that's going to happen. The main problems we've got is I'm completely out of manpower, and I'm taking massive amounts of attrition, and also I took quite heavy losses to a big group of Russian troops that were in Tyrol. I left a small amount of men in Tyrol so that I could go off and do other things and avoid attrition, and I didn't notice that they were about to jump on me. Now, it might be worth trying to take out the Russian army. I probably don't want to take them in the mountains. My military tech is 22. Russia's military tech is also 22. They have offensive ideas as well, so we've got to be careful there. If I do get an opportunity to jump in on them, I will. We have got Vienna sieged out, and also we've got the Commonwealth just sitting on it and making sure that it is kept safe. So that's what we're going to do. I'm still taking a lot of attrition over here. In fact, that Russian army is actually breaking off, and it looks like it's moving out of Tyrol. So that may be a good excuse to go and stomp that. We're going to move through here and take out some of these smaller stacks. We'll wait until the Russian army is at... Oh no, some of it's moving out, some of it's sticking around. Very, very strange what it's doing there. But we will take out these small armies where we can. If they decide they want to try and jump in on me, I'm perfectly happy to let them do that. Trent is also mountain, so I'm going to split up. Move half of this army into Trent. It'll help to reduce the attrition, and it'll make it a little bit easier to jump in on Russia should they decide to come in and attack me down here in Trent. So there we go. We've split up quite nicely. We shouldn't be taking massive amounts of attrition now, and we'll just slowly siege bits and pieces out and see what we can do. Need to keep my eye on what is happening in Great Britain. So we were chasing these guys down. We probably should go and do that. We do want to try and carpet siege here as much as we can, because the more quickly we can get Britain defeated and we can take London and Lancashire from them, the quicker we can actually peace out with them and then not have to worry about them over here. So we did get the crossing penalty there, because we actually had to cross the strait, but they didn't have full morale. We should be able to beat them. So our big problem here is we are unable to reinforce currently. Now, I don't want to make the same mistake and not keep my eye on what's happening over here. That's exactly what I did do. And as a result, I'm now getting attacked over here in the mountains. That's fine, though, because what I'm going to do is I am going to put forced march on a lot of these troops, and I'm just going to force march them over into the mountains. So let us do that. We should get there in time. I also believe we'll probably end up getting a few reinforcements from some of our allies. So we do have, they do have much superior numbers to us, but they do have the crossing penalty, well, the terrain penalty, because it's in the mountains. We could very well lose this, but we do still have some big stacks coming in. I was quite hoping Brandenburg would come and throw down here at this point. Let's just go and grab these guys as well. In fact, you guys can come in. Let's force march you, see if you can get to Trent in time. Probably won't, because you'll probably end up going through some of these other stacks. We should be able to win that fight, though. And then we'll split up and put some men in the mountains. Now, we are going to lose a lot of men to attrition, and it is going to be really, really difficult, if not impossible, to reinforce. as we get a few more CBs. But we should win that fight, and then we'll try and capture Tyrol. We'll try and capture Trent. I think overall we're actually going to be good. So I'm not too worried. So there we go. We have gone ahead and won that battle. Let's go and put some of the guys into Tyrol. We'll leave some of them in Trent, and we'll move some of them out. Actually, return your force march off. We'll move some of them out in order to try and catch some of these small stacks. There is a little army up here that we need to do something about. We've managed to siege out a few more places over here. So let's just go and make sure that we are continuing to blanket siege Britain. In fact, we can't force march you, but let's move this way because we want to stop these guys from moving into us. Or moving away from us. So we're at 45% war score. Just have a look and see what we've got here. We want to select these armies and just turn the forced march off. Now, they are in the mountains. They are going to get a lot of attrition. Not an awful lot I can do about that. We'll turn your forced march off for now. We still need to keep our eye on that big stack. Be very aware of where it is. You guys can actually go over here and crush these stacks. Admittedly, they do have a general, but we do have better numbers. So we'll go over there and see if we can do any damage here. Looks like there are a few more Russian units about to move in there. So let's go ahead and grab these guys. I'm going to group them all up together. And are they going to move in on to us on the 5th of August? They are indeed. 3rd... 4th, right, they're now committed. We are going to move in and intercept them. They came into us with hardly any morale to begin with, so they did kind of screw themselves over there. In fact, I don't even think we needed to reinforce there. But we can go back and continue to try and siege Trent. Got a massive Commonwealth stack moving around there as well. We seem to have managed to deal with the Austrian threat there quite nicely. So let's just go and siege another province or two. Absolutely no manpower whatsoever here, which does make life very difficult. Just having a quick look just to see what ships are around. Make sure there's nothing here that's going to be of a significant problem. Can we actually take what we want to take from England yet? Let's have a look. So we want to take London and we want to take Lancashire. We could take London, because London only requires a 68% war score. We have 65. It would be nice as well if we could take... Oh, they're not a co-belligerent, are they? So I doubt we'll actually manage to get to 93%. It's a real shame. We'll have a look and see how much we can get from them. There are still 4 provinces here that we haven't managed to take yet. So we'll definitely wait for that. Let's detach a siege there and move the rest of you down into Aberdeen. That should be enough to stop them from spawning any more units. So our main problem at the moment is the fact that our armies can't reinforce. That's going to be our biggest problem. It also means we've got quite a few units that are sort of split up and scattered around. However, the Commonwealth is actually doing quite a good job of helping us. And the main reason that Russia's been a problem is my own fault, because Russia have been in this war from the start. However, Russia couldn't actually get to us because they were stuck the other side of the Commonwealth. And the problem is, because I called the Commonwealth to arms, Russia actually then could walk through the Commonwealth to get to me. Now, the Commonwealth have lost a few battles, but they do seem to be rallying. Overall, I think we've got this war in the bag. We're at 50% total war score now. We are going to continue to try and siege out some of the provinces that do belong to Austria. Just keep our eye on things and make sure that we win a lot of these wars. It does look like the Commonwealth stack is going around and just stomping on the little armies that are still floating around. Yes, I am taking massive attrition by sitting in the mountains. That's fine. You're just going to sit on top of me even though I'm not attached to you. Commonwealth have got higher numbers there. They may lose that one, but there again, Portugal may go in and help. Not too sure what happened there. But it would be nice if we could take Tyrol. It's a little bit annoying because we actually got very close to taking Tyrol and then I got jumped on by those Russians. So we could lose 33 prestige or get +2 national unrest. I'm going to lose the prestige because we're going to have a really big problem with our colonial nations wanting to break away from us if we get too much national unrest. Now, once I've managed to take London and Lancashire from England or Great Britain, and if I could only take one province, I'll take London because it's worth much more. It means we won't complete the mission, but I'd still prefer to have London. Once we've actually dealt with Great Britain, what I'll try and do then is take Metz because it's the war goal, and that'll probably be it. We've already gone and taken Frankfurt, and there's a limit to how much we can take because of aggressive expansion and overextension. Although I probably shouldn't worry too much about aggressive expansion anymore, because I think I've already taken enough stuff to the point where I'm pretty much always going to be hated by my neighbours anyway, whatever I do. So there's not an awful lot that I can really do there. I guess we could also go ahead and siege out Waldstadt there. If we manage to get that siege, at least then we'd be able to grab that potentially and connect up all of our lands. That wouldn't be a bad idea. So much so. Well, we'll continue to siege out there because it's almost done. And then we'll move... Oh, there we go. We have done. So let's just move in there and help with that siege. Should go to us anyway because it's Portugal sieging it out. So there are still quite a few stacks going around, but I think all in all, there aren't any really big stacks that we need to worry about. Austria trying to unsiege some stuff up there. We'll get Tyrol and then we will move in on them. Let's just have a quick look at Great Britain. See how things are going up here. Doesn't look like we've got any British units. Okay, we've won the Siege of Fife. And you are in the Western Isles. Truces, some truces are expired. That's fine. So I think we've almost got Great Britain entirely covered there. So we'll just keep our eye on over here just to make sure there are no big stacks coming. It's all good so far. We will need to go and crush that stack at some point. These guys in Tyrol might end up going to deal with that. So we're still doing really good on war score. We still hold Austria's capital, which means they're going to be really, really likely to want to peace out as soon as we make an offer. Looks like they are trying to unsiege some of Milan's lands, but we will deal with that. Still quite a lot of Milanese troops around. Not sure how much I'll be able to take from Milan. I just really want to try and take Waldstadt. That'd be nice for us because, first of all, it's in the mountains, so it's a good defensive position. Looks like Commonwealth have gone and dealt with those Austrians. Good, good. We can't take Lombardia, of course, because it's Milan's capital. But if we can take Waldstadt, then we can actually connect this province here, which used to belong to Switzerland, I believe. We've managed to take Trent, so let's just go ahead and stat wipe these units here. We're very, very close to taking Tyrol as well. So these provinces become looted. So as you can see, they don't actually gain anything from it. So they don't actually... They lose their goods produced, their tax modifier, they take attrition and all sorts of stuff like that. And we actually gain some goods produced from it as well. So this one's got an iron mine. But if we actually take Tyrol, select province, Tyrol has a... oh, it has a silver mine as well, and it produces gold. So goods produced 100%. It's very, very nice if you can take Tyrol, which is what we're trying to do. Won another battle. I think we might just go down and throw down in there. Commonwealth look like they're going to lose that one, but we'll go and try and take out whoever we can. So it looks like we've just got 2 provinces left to grab over here. So we'll wait for those to complete. 14% and minus 14% chance per tick, so we're getting there quite quickly on them. Lose the stability or lose 5 army tradition. I'm going to lose the stability. I always say I'd sooner lose stability because stability you can buy and army tradition you can't. That is going to cost us a little bit of our points, but we're well ahead of time. Got a lot of points to splash around, so I'm generally not too fussed about that. 28% on Tyrol. That's almost done. This is looking very good. How are things up here? Starting to get peace offers from Bohemia. Right, Bohemia. Do I want to take anything from Bohemia? This is Bohemia over here. Who's currently the leader of the HRE? It is Bohemia. So, if I were to sue for peace, what sort of options could I get from you? We could revoke an imperial reform, although that would cost 100% war score. We could just go and get war reparations from them. We could actually make them a vassal of the Commonwealth, which would be quite interesting. Because the Commonwealth is our ally, although we would want to take Bohemia at some point, so that's probably not what we want to do. Let's just go and get war reparations from them. Get as much money from them as we can. We'll get them to annul their treaties with Bavaria and the Commonwealth. They won't do it. Just the Commonwealth? Yes. Well, actually, just Russia. Let's get that done. Okay, so that's them out of it. So that's quite useful. That's a few less men to fight. Still a lot of red units moving around on the map that we do have to worry about to a certain degree. We've almost got Volstadt there. How are we doing over here in Great Britain? 21% on the Western Isles and 0% on Aberdeen, but getting very, very close. I think our colonial nations have pretty much taken everything over here that belongs to England. So this part here is Great Britain. Not too sure why. That must be in a different colonial region. No, it looks like it's part of colonial Canada. Maybe it's a colony and it hasn't... Yeah, it's actually a colony and it hasn't become a city yet. That's why it's not part of Newfoundland. So we'll be able to grab that. Of course, if we did grab that, though, it would actually become a colony, which is we'd be over our colonial limit. So a bit of a pain. Moldova. Where are you guys? You're these guys here. What do we want to do with you? Sue for peace. And we will just take war reparations from you and take all of your money and get you to stop being friends with Austria. Brilliant. So we're weakening Austria, which is all good for us. Which is definitely getting people wanting to peace out here. There's another stack about to get wiped out. 35% on Tyrol. We haven't had the call for peace yet either. We're still massively down on our manpower. Let's have a quick look. Oh, some more truces expired here. Mainly with natives in America, so we don't have to worry about that. What did I want to have a look at? I wanted to have a look at my subjects and see if the Liberty Desire was quite high. Liberty Desire, the Antilles is quite high, but nobody is looking at breaking away at the moment. So I think we're quite good. We also only have one vassal at the moment, which is Corsica. So maybe we want to start thinking about grabbing another vassal or two. It's unlikely we will be able to vassalize anyone in this war. We are going to be quite overextended. So I want that. I want this siege here to complete. We can try and grab this, and I want these sieges over here to complete. Might as well get these last two provinces, because if I can get everything I want from Great Britain, then I can also try and grab some stuff for my colonial nations as well. So we'll weaken Britain down as much as we possibly can. Looks like the Austrians and the Milanese are trying to unsiege a few things, but there's plenty of Commonwealth troops marching around just to make sure that doesn't happen. We've also got Brandenburg in here with us as well. Got a potential rebel uprising. Alsatian nationalists. Not an awful lot we can do about that. It's mainly in Frankfurt, which is understandable. We can move this 20 stack across there as soon as we've finished sieging out Koblenz, so we'll move over there. So that's still at minus 21%. There we go. That siege is finished just when I wanted it to. Let's put those guys in there. They won't get attrition because they'll be in our own land, and it'll help stop any rebel uprising. Well, it'll slow it down at least. So you guys can group up. As you can see, these guys aren't too badly attrition, but there's a fair few that are. 28%, 35%. Great Britain are pretty much going to be irrelevant in the rest of the game. It doesn't mean that they still can't attack us later on. They can do and probably will. But they're going to have taken enough losses and they'll have so little territory there won't be an awful lot they can do. Not too sure what the Commonwealth's doing there. Looks like maybe they are going after some of the Russian troops. We've grabbed the Western Isles. So we're now just waiting for Aberdeen. Let's just move you. You can look at that. We've got so many regiments in here that have like 0 men. 14 regiments and there's only 103 men on cavalry. So there we go. We've won the siege of Aberdeen as well. So if we go to England now and sue for peace, we still only have a 73% war score against them, which is a real pain. And that's because they are not a co-belligerent. So everything costs double the war score. At least it should do. I don't think Great Britain have got anything else that we could take from them. So let's go ahead and accept the fact that we are probably not going to be able to take Lancashire. So what else do we want to take? Do we want to take something for any of our colonial nations? What have we got down here? Have you guys got that? No. Can't grab any of that. What about any of this stuff up here then? Could we grab any of this? Grab as much of Newfoundland as possible. They don't seem to mind that I want to take a lot of this. Okay, so that one province is too far. Would be nice to take a lot of this, but it's just far too expensive. Oh, I could take that one from you. Okay. but not that. If I take that, I won't have anything to connect up to it. I'm probably not going to get any more war score against them. So we'll go with that. So that's now Great Britain out of the war. We gain massive aggressive expansions, which is fine. I expected that. Although Great Britain do have a fair bit of stuff over here, we've made Nouvelle-Flandre, well, it's actually French Canada. We've made French Canada stronger, which I don't mind doing at all, because they are quite puny compared to Nouvelle-Flandre. So we're doing quite well there with the old colonisation. And that's Great Britain out. So what we need to do now is take all of these regiments, and we'll go and drop them in London. We also need to make sure that we start coring London. That's going to be very, very expensive. And we can also take our transport fleet, I think, and we can go and mothball them, start to try and make some money. So now that we've got Great Britain done, I do still want to end the war, but what I want to try and do, if possible, is take Waldstadt. So we're going to wait for Waldstadt to flip, and then we'll see if we can piece Milan out, and then we'll be going for Austria. But that is going to be in another video. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Europa Universalis IV, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.